Please, we'll go with you.
Okay, hi everybody. I brought some information because it's way too much to try and get into a minute. But I'm a certified integrative coach. While I was doing my reflexology training at the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York, I took a weekend class with a woman named Debbie Ford. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's worked very closely with Deepak Chopra, and the class really changed my life. It's about different aspects of yourself, the things that you take on as a kid that you don't really understand, so you make it mean about you, and those are the aspects that you carry into your adult life. Lots of times the shadows, things that hold you back. So I ended up training with Debbie for 3 years and became certified in 3 of her programs. One is Blueprint, really about getting back to your soul, to the things that you really can trust about yourself and really live the life you love. The other one's called Heal Your Heart Now, it was Spiritual Divorce, and it's really a very powerful program to help you leave a relationship, whether you're a sibling, spouse, a family member, excuse me, anybody in your life that has broken your heart. The third one is Courage for Women. It's really about overcoming those hurdles so that women can be in service to the world, because the world really needs us now. So this explains the programs. I'll do a sample session for you for free. It is very powerful stuff, so I encourage you all to take it and give me a call.
Thank you.
Becky, you're going to be at the Addison show, right?
I am. Saturday and Sunday, so you've already signed up, and there's still spaces on, not more on Sunday than Saturday, but by all means. And you guys, I'm charging at the show for people that are not you, so you consider yourselves prepaid. Okay, but Gary encouraged me to charge.
Question for you.
Yes.
If we've already signed up, would you like us, if we've already done it in class, would you rather have that open for paying people?
Well, not really. I want, you should experience it again, by all means. And you're there to hear Gary, and we've got several people before and after then. So,
Okay.
no, I think that's a great time. And minimum of 10 minutes and up to 20. So, I've had someone already tell me how long they want to go. So I'm allowing 30-minute windows there to get you on the chair, put them on the places that it matters to you, and then, get you off and see you later. So I did have a handout, and she's passing that out. Oh, it's up in the front? These were the top questions that people asked me during the last few weeks as they were coming off the lights. They're like, well, what about this, and what about this? So these are the answers to the questions. Well, what does this do? And so the main things that it does are right here, which are reduce pain and increase circulation. I already told you guys that. But there are a few other things that would make a big difference. And how often you would use them, and what am I doing with them? People are like, are you giving sessions, in your office, or am I a practitioner? I'm actually not planning on being a practitioner right now. That may change, but I'm renting and selling the systems, and they're surprisingly affordable.
Thank you. Thank you very much. How about you? You're going to be there at the show. So,
Yeah,
tell people.
I'll be there. I'll be at the show again. I've been at the Plano show. This will be my second time to be in Addison. I'll probably be in the hallway out there. You come see me. I do chakra clearings and readings, and also a tarot card reader, so we can have some fun. Come see me.
Oh, you're going to do tarot?
Yeah.
You started this as a second business. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do see people outside of the show.
I do. I have my own practice. I open it. I'm up in Plano with a group of healers near Park and 75. So I do healing sessions up there. I just do the show to get to know folks. Come by and say hi.
Okay. Ruthie.
Okay, so Dr. Berman has assisted me, and we've got the oil all ready to go. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be scheduling a class where I will be able to explain to you how I created the blend and all the ingredients that went into the blend, so that way you can learn yourself how to be able to create these types of blends and get a little bit more knowledge about the actual blend. And so as part of that, then the oil will come with it. So the class is going to be scheduled. We're thinking about having it here at some point. We're going to let you know when it's going to be. And the class, which will include the oil is $36. Did you want me to tell them about the sensory animal imagery blending process now, or wait?
You want to wait on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Danny, what about you? I know you got a class coming up. Anything you want to say?
Yes, what I mentioned in the past, next Saturday, my holistic boot camp. Saturday's health coaching class, Monday through Thursday. We've got Monday, Wednesday evenings, Tuesday, Thursday mornings. It's basically going to be a fitness class, including martial arts conditioning, elements of yoga and Tai Chi, meditation. So we'll be starting that next weekend. If anyone has questions, just don't find me.
Very good. Anyone else? Anyone else? Well, I'll chime in my bit. I'll see you at Addison, 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. Okay, Spirit Speaks. We'll have some fun. If you have some friends, bring them. You're going to enjoy it. I hope you do too. So, anything else that we can share with each other? Anything good? Gratitude over the last week? One person. Just one. Anyone. Yes, please.
Well, you heard this already, but
Please, why don't you stay?
I woke up the other morning, yesterday morning actually, and all of a sudden my arm was like, my wrist was really hurting a whole lot. And it was like 3 in the morning. And so my wife says, oh, let's put it under the light, the thing that Becky has.
Oh,
And similar machine to that. And so I put it under there and it got a little better. And then I think later in the afternoon we came back and we did it again, and it's perfectly fine now.
I also
So
put some oil.
that's the only thing I did, was that.
And the oil.
And the oil.
And the oil.
And the oil, so I'm grateful that it's better.
You need as many technologies as we can to help doing this work. Okay, so let's start with where we began, and let's go to the end, okay? We began with an assumption. We said that the negative states that we carry in our brain and heart are trying to stop us from achieving our purpose and destiny. We said since there are negative energy states, that we could provide the correct type of energy that would change those states to something positive that would get us out of, as we've said before, brain and heart, that negativity, that energy, and get us along this pathway over to the concept of God. Now, the concept of God to me means we know exactly what we need to do. We're in a presence where we're calm, we're relaxed, we're focused. There's no doubt about the outcome. That's what I call God. Plus, we're being given answers all the time without all this extraneous work of using our brain or using too many of our emotions. The answers just come to us through prayer, whatever other methods you want, meditation, whatever you want to call it. It does work, and it works well. So now we're saying one of the best ways, I believe, that we can get there is use some physics. Okay? Use some basic physics, quantum mechanics, to get out of this physical state that we've created, this energetic state, provide new energies, and get over to this plane where we now can control what we want to feel, think, and believe. I think this is a beautiful concept. Okay? So over the weeks, we've been talking about the different forms of energies and methods that we would use. Today, we have 3 stations. These would be the stations I'm going to use in my office when I start treating people for this technique. So it's a combination of everything that we've been doing. In station 1, where Becky is over here, we have her light system, and we have the chi machine, as you can see. We need different forms of energies working to help transmit those new thoughts into the body. On station 2, over here, we have the violet ray. Remember, that was a device that we used last week when we were sending out that energy through the photos that we had. Sending out that energy through the photos when people were standing in the hallway. So that's station 2, and then we have a metal rub machine to work with your feet at the same time. Then station 3 is the one that's just behind these 2 ladies here. There's a zapper right there. Could you hold up the zapper if you want? Yeah, I got the zapper. You got the zapper, and that's going to be used in combination with the chi machine. Because remember what we're doing. In all 3 stations, we have in our minds our cue statement. We have our blueprint. So we're adding that blueprint into whatever energies we're working with at that particular station. So we're actually seeing in our mind that if we're using, say, the zapper, as we're holding those wands, those handles, we're sending in our cue statement so that the electrons are being programmed with our cue statement. If we're using the light equipment, we're sending in our Q statements so that the photons, those energy subelements of light, as they're going into our body, they're programmed also. Because according to quantum mechanics, they will obey our thought process.
Do you have to have the physical Q statement, or now we're at the point that energetically you just focus it?
Right. Your Q statement could be on the other side of the moon right now. Okay? Because we know what it is. Your spirit accepted it, you wrote it, it knows. The point, though, I want to make, though, is I want to make sure that for the people that will have the chance to do this, because we're only going to have time to do 2 people today, just 2, because it'll take about 12 minutes a person. So we'll be able to, we're going to send out, Mary, do you have that?
Already.
It's already, okay. Look
Open
at,
up.
okay, there
Open it up.
should be 2 cards, each have a yes on it, and of all the ones that were pulled out of there should be 2 yeses. Okay, who have the yeses?
I have one.
You got one? You got one.
Oh, my God.
Becky, do you mind giving yours to another?
I certainly would not.
Okay.
I got a brief moment on it. Who you want me to put it back in the box?
If you don't mind,
Go
let's
around.
put it
Okay,
back.
where's the box?
Right here.
And throw some in.
That's all empty.
What?
It's blank.
Okay, well, that's okay.
Okay.
How do you want to do this, Mary?
You decide. You decide.
Let's start with this row. Yeah.
You can talk about it.
Oh, that leaves one. Okay.
Okay, we've got 2. Okay, good.
And this one's a blank one?
Okay, here.
Now, Sandra, I know your Q statements are brought up to the latest time. Your Q statement, we need to rewrite. We need a new one for you. Okay. I want to make sure that when we go on that equipment, we're up with the latest desire for what we want. Right now, we're 1 behind. So if you could have a magic wand and write one more thing you would add to the current Q statement, what would it be?
Are you talking to me?
Well, who has the yes?
Oh, yes.
Yes, okay.
Oh, I thought we were.
Yes.
Oh, you got the yes. You've written a Q statement? Right, good. When was the last time you wrote your Q statement? Because it seems like you're ready. It's good.
Yeah, it was just 2 weeks ago.
Okay. It still seems like it's working right now, so we can use yours. But after this one, after we do this treatment, we'll need a new one. Okay. So what we're going to do in just a few minutes, we'll put them on. You can kind of see what they're going to be doing. But let me read one email that came this week from a person who watched the video. She lives in Louisiana, and when she watched the video, remember we were using that violet ray. Here's what she wrote about it. I want to let you know that as you worked with the violet ray on the photo of the lady in the group, I began having energetic sensations coming up my feet and legs. Soon you asked, was anyone in the class feeling sensations? I can honestly say yes, even though it was over 24 hours after the class ended, and I was over 250 miles away. And for a few hours after viewing it, I was still buzzing with energy, having cellular tingling throughout my body. I won't go any further than that, it's all complimentary to what we were doing. The point is, I don't care what happens. We can program ourselves, we can see it in a photo, we can see it in video, we can see it anywhere we want to, we can transmit this energy any way we want to. The only thing that will stop us is our limiting beliefs about the brain and the heart trying to tell you that you can't do this. That's the only thing that could ever stop us from this. The purpose of the class is to get out of that point, as I've said again and again and again, and get over to that side that tells you you can achieve what you want. And you can do it very easily. And because we're not doing it by ourselves. We're getting God and the other energetic beings to help us. And that multiplies our force tremendously. Ruthie, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we have talked before about the ongoing elections and the political climate. And it's very important for us to, as Dr. Berman was talking about, to really have the intention for whatever guidance, divine guidance towards the correct goat, so that we can send that peace to our nation and to our country. And so having that in mind, I created a blend that's very specific to the United States, to America, to liberty, to prosperity for all. And I brought the blend, and I've got some droppers, so, you know, whenever you guys want, we can take it and utilize it and use it during meditation. Yeah, I forgot to put one of the little droppers for the bottle, so I've got little droppers here that we can just fill one up and pass it around, and just a drop or two, because it's pretty strong. But I'd love to get your comments on it, and that's it. That's on this one. And again, I'd be happy to offer a class, whether it's online or in person, on the oils that go, because it's really important to me not to just blend these oils, but to explain the thought and the spirit that went into creating them as to why these oils were chosen for display.
Very good, thank you. Let me ask you this. Would you want, Ruthie's class, we were talking about the essential oils, and if I could possibly combine it with an advanced class in what we're doing now, if we could maybe put them together or something like this, would you want this?
Yes.
So there would be an interest in going beyond where we are now? Okay. All right, since you said yes, thank you. I would ask you, if you wouldn't mind, if you could take just a few minutes and fill out these forms. If you could evaluate the class and tell me what you want in the advanced class. Please, take a look and tell me anything you want. I don't care what it is. I'll learn a lot from this information. Okay?
Are we ready to pass this around?
Please, we can pass that around. Okay? And when you guys are ready, then I'll need you two back here, and then we'll
Gary, a
start
quick
you.
question.
Yes.
How do you know when to redo your Q statement? You know, I talked about this week, and I thought I had a pretty fresh one, and I didn't. So, and you said that when you have an old one, it actually, you feel like you're in limbo land, like you're behind.
Good question.
And so how do you know to do that?
Okay. An off-the-cuff answer is now, from where you are right now, you'd be lucky to be able to go a week without having to write a new one. You'd be lucky. In most cases, what I've found for me is, now that I'm doing this work, if I don't write a new one every 2 or 3 days, I actually feel like I'm being torn in half. Because I know it wants me to go there. And if I'm not keeping up with my Q statements, I'm going backwards. It's like standing on a train platform and watching the train go ahead of you, and you feel like you're going backwards. I actually get that sensation. And when I get that sensation, and I know that something isn't right, I'm out of sorts, I know I've got to keep up with my statement. Once we start this process, once we've started this process and we've left this station of the brain and heart, and now we've given permission to our spirit to emerge, that spirit is saying, all right, you gave me permission to come, to emerge, I'm going to help you, and when you try to resist me, you're going to feel out of sorts. It's very important to keep up.
Can I ask you a question because I don't understand? Here goes the question. If you
Would you
haven't
mind?
really,
Stand?
oh no,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
So I don't
sorry.
have to
If you haven't really achieved, so you're saying you feel like you're going backwards and you feel out of sorts. So, but if you haven't really achieved what your original Q statement said,
point.
does that mean you have the wrong Q statement?
Not at all. Not at all. No. No, what I do is this. When I get that sensation, remember I'm a heart person. Okay, so I feel things. Yeah, you're a brain person. You use logic or knowledge. Different ways of sensing. But for me, as a heart person, immediately I feel like I'm out of sorts. Immediately I know that if I need to run a new one and I haven't finished all my others, I just carry them forward to the next statement. I carry them forward to the next statement. And you're about 2 weeks behind, like we said. You're about 2 statements behind from where you need to be. Yes?
I just wrote it down.
It's very important. Okay, we got to keep moving forward.
Okay.
Okay. We'll know when we're working the way we should, because let me phrase it like this too. Whether we're a brain person or a heart person, when you feel like I'm okay where I am right now, that things are going okay, maybe not fantastic, but they're going okay. then probably you're okay with the Q statement. But if you're feeling like things are out of sort, I'm feeling touchy, things aren't right, I can guarantee you we need a new statement. If things are going backwards on us, if they're not coming up to what we hope for, I guarantee you need a new statement.
Do we need to physically rewrite the things that we need to carry forward, or automatically we know, take what hasn't been completed and add it forward and add a new list?
All I do, good question, all I do is I just say whatever wasn't finished in my previous statements, because I'm up to Q9 now, whatever wasn't finished, I just say bring it forward into Q9 and carry it forth. That's all I say, just a quick statement. Remember, it's only intention that does the job. Okay, just intention.
But do you leave off the ones that you think you've accomplished?
If they've been accomplished, great. But I'm only asking Dennis for whatever's not finished, because my spirit knows what that is. Let it come forward. Carry it forward. If it's already been finished, it will not.
No, you don't have to rewrite
You
it.
don't have to rewrite it. You do not have to rewrite it. Sharon, would you like to?
How many new things,
Would you like?
how many new things do you put on your new Q statement?
It could be one. It could be one item. Just one item. It could be several. It's up to you. It's up to
Well,
you.
I'm the brain person, so
Fine.
Go
with one.
You just have to tell me, okay, do it every week, make a new one every week, because
Right now
I'm
for
not
you.
feeling,
Yeah, for you, it's 7 days right now. But in another 2 or 3 statements, you'll be down to about 3 or 4 days after another 2 or 3 statements. The more statements I'm writing, the faster it's changing for me, the more quickly I have to write a new statement.
I want to keep growing.
That's right, we want to keep growing. We started the process of saying to brain and heart that you're going away. We started that process of getting out to God, of literally getting out to God. I don't know how many statements that's going to take, but you started it. Your spirit says this is our purpose for living. We're spiritual beings, right? It wants to get us there. We cannot let the old thinking stop us. We can't let the old thinking back here stop us from achieving what we want to.
My statement started off with like 5 sentences. Now it is 3/4 of a page and a half by 11 page.
Yeah.
Point 2 margins, and I think font 10. So
It gets longer sometimes.
If the trees start disappearing out here, I know.
Your Q statement ever be, like, you know, they've always been all about me, but something's bothering me right now. Is it okay to include something for somebody else?
Oh, yes.
Or does it have to be personal?
Yes.
Well, you know what mine's gonna be.
Yes, that's why I'm saying we're behind.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm
That's
gonna
good.
start including.
You want to start including, yes.
I don't want
very
him
much.
back home. No.
That's why we want to keep writing and keep writing.
My son, not my husband.
I had a very strange day yesterday, and I thought, what is going on? So I am a little bit confused because today was fine. So I do need a new statement. I just wrote it on Sunday, and I was kind of going every 7 days.
You'll need one tomorrow. Tomorrow you need to write a new one.
Oh.
Tonight you're okay, but tomorrow you'll need a new one.
Can we muscle test when we do
Take a
that?
muscle test.
Exactly.
So it's kind of
Yeah, if
getting,
you want.
thank you.
Very good, very good. Forgive me, Thank you. Thank you. Sure.
So surely, after coughing for an entire 2 weeks, not being able to do my normal stuff, laying around the house, I don't need a new Q statement, do I?
Yes, you do.
I kept asking, it said no.
You'll need one definitely tomorrow. Check tomorrow.
To add more things?
Probably.
In this case, what we're doing for your new statement is to give you more of a chance to have even more relaxation and more comfort.
I've been relaxing, I've been laying flat the whole time.
That's good. You want to make that more of a standard business. More of a standard business. Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
I just appreciate what you asked, because when we started out, it was, ask for something for yourself. Well, my list has been myself, and of course, I can keep adding to that. But I kind of forgot about adding anybody else, like on my prayer list or whatever. So now I can add other people.
We can. When we're adding other people and they're adults, then we have to be careful about how we're phrasing it so that it's up to God to do the decision-making process. We have to be careful for that, because that's not under our control since they're adults. But whatever God chooses is going to be the right thing, and we're just giving permission to let that work under those conditions.
And is it how we're interacting with them? Because I have like my relationship with my dog. You know, she controlled me for a year and a half, and you know, so, and even my husband. You know, it's not like, okay, yes, I wish a lot of great things for him and pray for him too, but isn't it more like, you know, how they interact in our world as far as other people and animals, or just
for the dog, you can make definitive statements about that because you are the
dog's
dog.
boss.
You are. For the husband, all we can do is turn him over to God with the best of intentions. That's all we can do. Because in the process of doing that, as long as we keep praying for someone, we can never be upset or angry as long as we continually pray.
Well, on that note, we can bring them into the sphere too. I had thought we kind of were supposed to just stand up ourselves and do our stuff, but
you can. In those 3 steps that we have for the meditation, where we have the platform, and now we're spraying ourselves with our cue statement, you can bring anyone you want onto that platform. You can, but if you're spraying them and you start feeling uncomfortable, then immediately take them off the platform. You're not ready to help them. You're not ready yet. Okay, if you're feeling calm and relaxed as you're spraying them down and they're adjacent to you and you're doing that, you're calm and relaxed as you see that image, great, keep it up. But if you're uneasy in any way, take them off. Keep working on yourself until you're ready to help them. Okay? And be careful about the number of people, places, or things you put on that platform. Okay? But I would always put on there your prosperity, your health, your wealth, your relationships, and the time that you want. Those are given. Those, you should always be spraying that down on that platform and see it grow. Okay? See it magnify. That's our purpose. Okay? That's a given. That's a given.
can we have a class maybe on just the cue statement itself? I mean, it seems like I just learn something new every time with regard to the cue statement.
Well, maybe part of the, I mean, we flew through all of this work, all this information in 6 weeks. I mean, we hit you with an awful lot. So maybe we'll take parts and bits and pieces of it, but please tell me about this on these statements, about what you want, and then we can elaborate if we need to further, and take some time this time to go through each part separately if we need to. It's up to you. I just want to make sure that right now I've thrown everything at you, including the kitchen sink, that we can begin using this the best way we can for your liberation. There's a lot at stake here. But if what we're saying is true, and I do believe it is, think about this. By using simple technology, you are in complete control of your destiny working with God. Complete control of your destiny for the first time in your life. Nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. That's what's at stake. Good questions? Anyone else? Thank you. Would you mind finishing those, and then the two people that got a yes, when you're done, if you'll just pass them back to Mary? And the two people that got a yes, what if we come back when you're done? You're done filling that out. Sandra? Good. So let's start with you, Sandra. Sandra, we're going to start right here. This will be our first station. And then Becky will help you here in just a moment. Okay?
Yes.
Now I'm going to turn the lights down. Now, everything has been synchronized. Now, right after she's finished there, she'll go to the next station. We'll have you on that station. This will take 4 minutes. Okay, everything has been synchronized right now for timing, for the vibration of that machine, so that everything is working as one.
You need to situate, that's
Ready. Stop.
So,
Okay, start again.
oh, here. Got it.
Stress RX just below your belly button. Okay. I should have done that. This is Yep, that'll do the job. Thank you. Very welcome. Did you make sure that you put a drop of that just under the belly?
Under the belly button.
So we do it at that station. We'll do it at the third station.
Oh, wait, is this number 2?
Yes, it'll be number 2. Are you up to? Right now? I think it's 4. It's 4. So what we'll do is, I'm going to
Thank you.
That goes into your left hand.
Thank you. Oil.
For anyone who wasn't here last week, or if you want to see what they're doing, come on back.
Thank you. Did you put oil? That's for sap. You can get closer. You can get closer. It's okay. Cannot go all the way.
So you're not recording?
Got recorded, but the camera cannot go all the way down on the floor. So that's the reason it doesn't matter.
I'll show you that when we're done.
I think it's great that we don't have to actually have the paper anymore, because putting that paper underneath the light there is kind of crumpled.
Yes, it does. I was doing it for a while.
No, that's not the intention. The intention is to give us guidance on justice, prosperity, and for everyone, and allow spirit to guide us. I know, I can't wait. So, I have this one. We have a week of class to get all the stuff we learned about oil. If we have the oil available, I'll do some oil clearing. Pass by later. For me, my passion is that's what the classes I use sort of it's different. It's similar. It is. I use them. Dr. Wachowski actually blend some of this almond. So I have never made a flour. I use it. But I haven't now on Saturday. And it's Dr. Wachowski as to be there. So I don't know if he's going to sign up right now because he's really passive. I'm not sure we're in a deficit fight. So that's why I have
But I actually checked out.
Just a little hard to do both. We'll figure that out. So we can get that.
So right now, where am I?
you live.
Gonna go around the corner over here on the left.
Be there. He's got a knob in the city. Sure. Oh, it's a frequency.
The one that you made, isn't that the one that's supposed to help us?
That's like the connection, that's the mother teacher. That he take a drop of that, 2 drops of that.
I'm ready to be adopted, I don't know that. Yeah, right.
This is the hard part, getting in and out.
Those are like, I mean, they have a lot of them. It's actually saying like when you put out an area, there's a lot online. You know that there's it's actually surprising. You can really like meditate and focus on really on yourself.
Your station, we don't need it. This station,
They both have it on.
It's not, it's turned on, but it's not tracked.
Yeah.
When they repartition, and then they have to say, when they repartition back to our
I changed the plug into another one.
That's what the challenge is, because you have everything written in.
Try to read it.
Sometimes the documents get write all the blanks and general policy.
Oh, yes, that's what it says. All right. Give me a navel. I gotta do a navel.
And sometimes, like on my phone, I don't have really a document. They were 3 grad teachers. And I only have one, so then I'll say, now we can.
Very good.
I started listening to
Watching the timer.
Extremely relaxed. There was a combination of more energy and more relaxation. I came in here and I was telling Cecile, I think I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. And I thought, I know it must be time for another Q statement, but I didn't realize that. What is going on with me?
That's what happened.
And I wasn't blessing the people on the road. And that's a sure sign. So I'm very grateful to be
Lord knows I need some blessings, Sandra.
in this space. I'm usually good at that, but I wasn't tonight. So I will be blessing them on my way home.
What did you sense?
I feel very focused and centered. Like I really feel like I broke through some of my own issues and I know which directions I need to go right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good. Very good. I've experienced both of those over the last several weeks of treating myself. You'll find that by tomorrow it'll be even stronger. It'll be even stronger by tomorrow. So it'll be very interesting. Over the next few days it builds. And then it's like, I should be living this way all the time.
Why not?
And my migraine's gone, too, by the way.
Very good.
right this minute. I walked in with a really bad migraine and it's gone.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Good work. Good work. So you can see that by using the right energies in the right way, it's not miracles, it's physics, and allowing yourself to do this, to work with God, we can get there. All of us can get there. And this is just a start, okay, where we can go. Now, I had a question. A mutual friend asked my friend about a question. Would you mind giving that question or what they said?
Yes. This man said, my wife is on cholesterol medication and she wants to know what she can take to get off of her cholesterol medication. And he said she really doesn't have a cholesterol problem, but they put her on the cholesterol medication for preventative.
Do you realize in California, one of the biggest number of surgeries that are done is for women who don't have any breast cancer, but they have their breast removed to prevent them from having breast cancer. That's one of the most common surgery now in California. Now, where is this heading? Where is this lunacy heading? Well, we know where it's going. We know where it's going, because again, I say, if Hillary takes over, we're going to have forced everything you can imagine. Whether it's vaccinations, not getting supplements, AMA is going to take over. You know my feelings, but you also know that we can't force this country. All we can do is keep praying for people that they see the truth and they vote, and hopefully the best person will win according to God. That's all we can do. That's all we can do.
You think it'll be a write-in candidate?
I don't think anyone would even listen. But nonetheless, there's got to be some hope here. So look, are there any other questions that we can cover in just a moment here? Just a couple of minutes. Anything else?
No, but I just want to say on the voting thing, I think what we all should do is when you have, whether it's a Democratic Party, Republican, or whatever, and when you see that little box and you're trying to vote on one, just leave them, all of them blank. You just leave them blank, whether Democrat or Republican, leave them blank. The president would leave them blank, and then see what will happen.
Well, unfortunately, I think they're already blank. Nonetheless, keep praying. Just keep praying. The country needs help, and keep praying that people will get out and vote. Hopefully we'll get out and do the same. How about if we form a chain, okay? Ida, would you mind praying, giving us a prayer?